There have been a number of times that I have successfully predicted that certain weird people on the internet would get up in arms, super angry and mad and overly emotional about things in the anime/manga scene and that sort of thing. One particular situation was the My Hero Academia manga and the Bubble Girl Tickle scene, and when that came to the anime, I was like, man, they're going to get mad about this. To be fair, a lot of people predicted that as well. Now, here's another example, and then we'll move on to the Redo No Healer. And the reason I want to give you these examples are because, well, you'll see in a minute. One more example right here, and this is a little bit different because I had a hand in this, but it was still funny. So I made this tweet. This is from Ruby, and I said, #Ruby/Rooster Teeth's animators have allegedly been treated quite poorly according to Glassdoor reviews, etc. I've done my best to stand up for them, and now it seems that they may have given me a little shout out. Thank you, animators, for your hard work. Those that are left. And I point to this arrow on Ironwood's, I'm forgetting the name of those things now, actually. It's like a cuff link, but obviously not for cuffs, for the lapel. Anyways, I forget the name. But the point is, you can see it's like an HH, and I'm like, that's Hero. Hey, this was totally a joke, though. And I thought it was pretty obvious, especially when I said, thank you, animators, for your hard work, those that are left. Well, a lot of people got really mad about this. And even a Ruby YouTuber with over 100,000 subscribers took the bait and was like, how full of yourself are you? And I just think that's absolutely great. Now, here's what I'm getting at, though. This particular situation, this video, Redo No Healer, we're talking about that. And the reason I wanted to cover that stuff beforehand is because I want to say, in this Redo No Healer situation, I got to give you guys all the credit. I did not predict this. I didn't even really know about it. And I've had awesome cultured individuals like you tuning into my videos and commenting or sending me messages on Twitter saying, you got to keep an eye out for Redo No Healer. There's going to be a lot of outrage on that one. So I want to give you guys all the credit on that. You know, I've had my little scores here and there, but you guys are totally right about Redo No Healer. And this is probably just icing on the cake because the thing isn't even really out yet. I do have some examples to show you from Twitter, but I want to first show you this example from the good old Anime News Network, man. And this is from Shizu. Again, shouts out to @BepDelta. Not that I shouted him out in this video before, but in others, that's why I say again. So anyways, Shizu says, ANN already crying about redo of Healer. It begins. And this is great. What we have here seems to be a managing editor for Anime News Network. And she says on her Twitter, and then there's a post from ANN from the forum apparently, and I'll read that as well. Although some of this stuff in the forum post is a bit explicit, so I'll have to paraphrase it. Now, if you know what this manga is about, what occurs in it, you'll understand why I can't show it. And if you don't understand, well, I'll paraphrase it, and also just check out the comments on this video, and you'll probably get some ideas of what's going on. So anyways, it says the tweet first. The first thing I had to do at work this morning is deal with redo of Healer. This isn't news to anyone who follows me, but the series is going to be exhausting. And then the forum post reads, in this story, the main male character has these terrible things done to him. He decides to get revenge by using magic to redo the last few years of his life by doing the exact same to his former female party members. So my question, hold up, I don't know anything about this manga. Well, you know, for the most part, did those party members do those things to him? I don't know. Now it says, I'm deleting and locking this thread for now. Every comment section turns into two things. Number one, people gleefully awaiting others getting upset because this series. No one here excusing the content or delighting in how any of this might upset people seem to have taken a moment to think about how doing this affects the real people in this community on Anime News Network or wider. Perhaps you don't care. Those kind of us who aren't interested in this kind of content won't watch it, of course. But it absolutely wouldn't hurt any of you to think about how when you say as a not fictional person makes those here feel. You can take your discussions about why these things are bad, hypothetically fine, you can take your discussions about why these bad things are hypothetically fine, and you delight in that you might upset some people elsewhere. Okay, so you get the point. I think they're saying that talking about this subject on the forums are going to make people upset. And like this stuff occurring in the show is going to make people upset, essentially is what they're saying, right? So I just got to say, how do you get that affected by an animation? Like, don't get me wrong, man. Some animations can be disturbing. You know, some people literally make animations for the sake of being creepy and or disturbing and this sort of thing. But in this particular situation, when you get so mad about this anime, I just have to wonder, like, what's going on in your real life? These people must be really privileged to me, because when I see an animation that's supposed to be disturbing or whatever, I'm like, all right, I get the point that the person who made it was trying to drive home, I suppose. But at the end of the day, it doesn't disturb me that much. You know what disturbs me? The fact that, like, a couple blocks from my house, there are homeless people living under bridges and stuff like that. Like, I see people suffering in the real world all the time. I go out for groceries, I see people suffering. I live in Los Angeles. It's a mess of a city for so many reasons. There's so many real problems that I got to deal with. And look, I'm not obviously like the person who's going to fix all this stuff. The point is, there's a lot of real problems going on. That's just one example. So like these people, do they not have any real life problems going on? Or like, to use a term that they like to use, are they very privileged or something? I just can't find it in me to get all upset and outraged about this anime, because there's like way more things that I got to worry about in the real world and way more suffering. Hold up. Not way more suffering, actual suffering. Dude, these characters, they're characters on a screen. There's real people out there suffering. That's where I want to put my time and attention and energy, helping them out. What am I going to do? Helping out the anime character? Are you kidding me? Like, oh my gosh. All right. I would also like to give a shout out to Lilith Lovett for this tweet as well. Calling it says, the salt that this anime is going to generate will be bountiful and glorious. I can't wait, popcorn. So yes, I'm expecting a lot more as well, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun here on the channel covering that stuff. So hey, if you're not subscribed yet, maybe consider doing so. One more thing. Here's something quite funny. This is just a random tweet I saw in response to Crunchyroll saying, news. Malicious revenge finally begins in redo of Healer TV anime's second promo. And this dude then says, this is genuinely some of the worst stuff I've ever heard about. No way in heck I'm reading or watching it myself. And anyone seen looking forward to the controversy, it will, I hope this guy sees my video then, just saying, continuing, and anyone seen looking forward to the controversy it will inevitably cause or enjoying the content are complete ghouls. Ghouls. Okay, dude. Okay, sure, because we're more concerned about real problems and we're kind of laughing at people who get so mad over animation. Yeah, we're the ghouls. Okay, sure, dude. He then says, this isn't Shield Hero. For as much as I strongly dislike Shield Hero and what it stands for, there's at least a base amount of ambiguity to its terribleness. If what I've heard is true, there is no ambiguity in redo of Healer. It's just hate, plain and simple. Wait, so hold on a second. You're telling me you haven't even actually read this thing and you're getting all mad about it just from what you've heard already? I mean, that doesn't seem very fair. Look, I haven't read it either, but I'm not here like criticizing the heck out of it. I'm like saying, all right, if that stuff happens, that's kind of funny to see the reactions and all that, because it is. Because it is. Again, anyone getting that mad over it must be really privileged or something, mate. So it's just funny. If what I've heard is true, I love it. I love it. People getting all mad about something that might not even be the case. Well, in this situation, it probably is the case, but still seems kind of comedic to me. I guess you can argue if it's really like that, why would this guy go out and read it? Because he's not into that sort of thing anyways. Well, I would say you don't need to be into it to get the knowledge. You know, if you're going to get all mad about this and let it control your emotions, maybe you should put a little due diligence in the scene if it's really as bad as people say or not. Or hey, maybe don't do that. In that case, don't tweet about it and make a big public spectacle about it. Just go do your thing and don't read or watch it, I guess. Anyways, that's all I got in this one, but thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed, and it certainly looks like we'll have some great entertainment in the future. Cheers.